podcast for you. You'll get golf tips and news off the tour, the review. Come and join us, have some fun.
So everybody, welcome to our last podcast of 2011. It's been a bit of a poor podcast year this year. Have we actually managed double figures at all? After 47 podcasts in 2010, we've done.
I'm not sure.
This might be number 10. If it's not, we'll do it in two parts, and then we'll reach number 10. So anyway, cheers, Pat. It's been a good year for me. And obviously, last year we did a little Christmas thing where I was sitting in the snow outside. This year there's absolutely no snow. It's 14 degrees outside, and actually nicer than in summer. Which means we've got a lot to do, and that's why we haven't done many podcasts.
Exactly. Although we're going to try to plan it better next year.
Yeah, you can always promise better things in the future. We're going to try and do it better next year, but we'll see. But a little podcast review, because there's not much to review, of course. We started off in Orlando, as we always do. Podcast season starts in Orlando with us hanging around in the swimming pool and this type of thing.
David doing a great presentation.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Which you then again had at the Rheingolf.
We did, yeah. And Sven and I visited the Rheingolf actually, which was quite interesting. Had a look around there, and Sven did his thing at the Rheingolf, which was Sven gave a presentation at the Rheingolf, which is it's pretty good actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Quite a few big names in Germany there.
There were
Sven Druer.
Exactly, which is a big name, not in golf, but which is a big name. So that was interesting, and of course the revelation of where our theme tune music comes from.
Postman Pat, where he comes from?
Yeah, it's my mum's postman.
Paul knows him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not called Pat anymore. It's not. This was quite some time ago. But nevertheless, yeah, the guy who delivers letters to my mum is Postman Pat. So there you go. That was all thrilling. So that was a very short review of podcast in 2011. I mean,
but then we didn't have that many, so
we tried to be more. We tried to be more serious, didn't we?
Yeah,
which was good while it lasted.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to last that long though.
No, it was good.
We're not a serious type.
So you probably can't see us now because the sun's coming out.
I think you can see, probably see me, you just can't see Paul.
Or the other way around. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's
golfing.
Take a short break. Well,
okay.
I'll just check if you. Yeah, it'll be alright.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Alright, we can keep going.
So 2011 was a great golfing year, though, wasn't it?
It was.
I had.
What are your top 3 moments of 2011?
I don't know about top 3, because they were it was an auspicious year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was an important golfing year. There was important things that happened. I wouldn't call Seve passing away a top thing that happened, obviously, but Seve was my childhood inspiration to play golf. I remember in 1988 sitting there in the stands with my brother and watching Seve hit that chip on the famous chip that almost goes in. I was there and I saw it, and now he's died. And I mean, Seve was the guy who ignited the whole thing in Europe for me. All the guys who are playing now, your Luke Donalds and your Rory McIlroys and Ian Poulters and all these people were inspired by those great players of the 80s and 90s. And Seve was the first one of them, wasn't he? And now he's dead. So there you go. That was very sad.
Sad moment.
But on a better thing, Darren Clark winning the Open was fantastic. So that was definitely one of my points. I was there on the 18th when he holed out and won. It was absolutely pissing down. In fact, the weather was much worse than it is in December. It was definitely colder than 14 degrees, and it was throwing it down. And it was funny because I was sat with my group of Asian people who I took over there to look after and so forth, which is another story in itself. But what happened was that everybody put their umbrellas up, right? So the stand was like a sea of umbrellas, And then somehow the message got around that someone was going to hit the shot. So everyone put their umbrellas down and was like, oh yeah, look, it's, whoever it was, right? And he hits his shot onto the green, and suddenly as soon as he hits his shot, all the umbrellas go up again. You can't see anything, it's like a big tent. But it was quite cool, actually, it was very nice. And Darren Clark Winning was just awesome. What a nice, a lot of people have criticised, drinking out of the claret jug and, awful and so forth. That means obviously right up your street, of course. But, I think great, so a character finally, not a one of these, to be honest, which is what I think is good, all these young guys, ripped, trained, swing it good, and then Darren wins who swills beer and
he's been there for such a long time, and then, he had a tough few years with his wife dying, so I think for him personally it was a great thing too, and obviously he's a character, so I thought it was great.
Yeah, me too. Well, that's happened in 2011, which was also a lot of things. I mean, my third one is probably you coming drunk to work.
Yeah.
That was quite interesting.
Yeah.
I thought I mentioned it online.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just keep going.
What are your? Let's pass over that quickly.
So I had Darren Clark on my list too, and then because obviously when I grew up, Tiger was the role model, as you were mentioning, Seve. I was always admiring Tiger, and then
I've noticed that you modelled your life slightly like him.
Well, not quite maybe, but similar. Well, anyway. So, Tiger growing up, and everybody was, swinging like Tiger, play like Tiger, and then over the years, obviously, Tiger's swing changed a lot, and then this thing everybody knows about with his marriage and so forth went along, and then his knee went, and then he just disappeared. So one of my great moments is he was Tiger winning again. I thought that was great.
Yeah, winning the show. Yeah. I thought that was good actually. I mean, we said in the podcast, not last year, the year before, we're big Tiger fans, and to be honest, it wasn't necessarily all that good what he did and all the rest of it, but my word, he's a golfer first,
Exactly.
And that's
for us anyway.
Yeah.
For his wife's probably different, but
yeah, I mean, I have kids. Obviously, I wouldn't want anything like that to happen to my family. But at the same time, it's good that he's back and he's won. And, hopefully he's going to come back and win a lot more.
I agree.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back and wins a major next year.
Yeah.
Just to make everybody shut up at last about all this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let him do what he wants in his private life. None of our business.
Right. Exactly. Which is good.
Then the next thing, we watched history being made this year.
We did, yeah, Luke Donald, yeah. What about that? And the thing is, no one's all that bothered about it somehow. It wasn't so much like, I don't know, I'm a bit disappointed. I'm disappointed. I think, the reason why people haven't done it, because Luke, as good as he is and as English as he is, as great as I find it, he's a bit boring.
He is.
He's a bit like boring Luke, really. Unfortunately. I mean, I think it's absolutely fantastic. But it won't be mentioned anything like as much as Darren Clark Winning.
True. Yeah.
Sadly. As fantastic as it is.
Be different if somebody like Rory or somebody like that would have done this, achieved the same. But nevertheless, you'd have to give it to him. It's amazing what he's done. He's played so much on both tours, and it's never been done before. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger won the most amount of money once, but it was not quite the same.
He did, but he didn't actually win the tour because he didn't play enough tournaments too.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty awesome, and the fact that he's an Englishman is obviously even better. And like I say, it probably won't be recognised for what it was, sadly. That's just the way it is, though. But so nevertheless, for us, that is an awesome thing. So 2011 was an awesome golf year.
It was.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it, even though we didn't podcast as much as we said we were going to do. But we promise you we're definitely going to podcast more. It can't be that difficult. We're only going to do one a month, and we've done it. So We'll be speaking to you again. The way it's looking is probably going to be Orlando. We really should do 2 podcasts in the new year before we even go to Orlando, but you know,
We'll try.
We'll try. You never know. But just in case we don't, we might see you in Orlando the next time. We've had a great. Have you had a nice Christmas, by the way, Pat? Did you?
I had a very nice Christmas. Spent it with my parents and my brother and, you know, granddad and all that, everything together. And it was really nice. I hope you all had a very nice Christmas too. I'm sure you did.
I certainly did, absolutely. And we'll certainly have a great new year. You have a great new year as well, and we'll see you in the first podcast of 2012, whenever that might be.
Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.